Welcome back. If you've been here before, you already know what we do. If you're new here, my name is Craig and this is Papa's Custom Cars, where we fix real problems and save real money. Today's video is for the person, and this whole video series is for the person who's brand new to cars. Maybe you just bought your first project car. Maybe you want to learn how to work on your daily driver. Maybe you've watched car videos for years but still feel lost when you open that hood. That's completely normal. Everybody starts somewhere. Nobody is born knowing what a carburetor is, what an alternator does, or why it matters, or why the car will crank but not start. So today, using my 83 Mustang GT, we're going to go slow everything down and we're going to talk about real basics. What parts do, what systems matter, what maintenance you should understand, what tools you actually need, and about the process of start learning without getting overwhelmed. If you're new to cars, this is a great place to start. So the first thing to understand is that a car is not one big complicated machine. It's a group of systems that work together. Once you understand that, cars become a lot less intimidating. You have an engine, which creates power. You have a fuel system, which gets fuel to the engine. You've got an ignition system that lights the fuel and the air mixture. You've got a cooling system, which keeps the engine from overheating. You have a charging system, which keeps the battery charged. You have a transmission, which sends the power from the engine to the wheels. You have a braking system, which stops the car. You have a steering and suspension, which helps control the car. You have an electrical system, which powers the lights, the gauges, the ignition, the accessories, and much, much more. When something goes wrong, do not think the whole car is broken. Think, what system is having a problem? That one mindset will help you a lot. So now let's look under the hood and talk about some basic parts you should be able to recognize. It's not about memorizing every bolt. It's about knowing what you're looking at. First of all, the engine. The engine burns fuel and air to make power. This power actually moves the car. On older cars like this Mustang, you have a carburetor underneath here or a throttle body depending upon the setup and the year of the vehicle. On newer vehicles, you'll actually see fuel injection. The air cleaner or air filter, which is the top part here, the air cleaner or filter area is where the air enters the engine. The engine needs clean air to run properly. The carburetor or fuel injection system is what controls how the air and the fuel get into the engine. The battery, over here, provides electrical power to start the car and run electrical systems as needed. The alternator, over here, charges the battery while the engine's running. The belt, or serpentine in this particular case, which is one belt that runs the whole thing, turns the alternator, power steering pump, water pump, sometimes if it's not electric, the AC compressor, depending upon the car. This particular one has AC, so it runs it too. The radiator helps keep the car cool. The upper and lower radiator hoses, here's the upper over here, and the lower is down there. They help carry the coolant between the engine and the radiator. The distributor in older cars, right here, helps send spark to the correct cylinder at the correct time. The spark plug wires, right here, will carry that electrical charge down to the spark plug. The brake master cylinder, located back there, it's usually on the firewall, holds brake fluid and helps create brake pressure when you push the pedal. The power steering pump, located down here, and in some cars it's up here, just depends on your car, helps make steering the car easier. Again, you don't need to know everything right away, but if you can point to the battery, the alternator, the radiator, the belts, the hoses, distributor, air cleaner, brake master cylinder, then you're already ahead of a lot of people. The 4 things an engine needs, and this is the most important one for all you beginners. The air needs 4 basic things to run: air, fuel, spark, and compression. You'll hear mechanics say that all the time because it's true. If an engine cranks but won't start, one of those things may be missing. It needs air to breathe, it needs fuel to burn, it needs spark to ignite, ignite the fuel, I should say. It needs compression to squeeze the mixture so combustion can happen. Timing also matters because spark and the valve movement have to happen at the right moment. When someone says, "My car won't start," do not immediately think of a random part. Think about those 4 basic things. Is it getting air? Is it getting fuel? Is it getting spark? Does it have compression? That's the foundation of engine diagnostics. Now let's talk about basic maintenance. You do not have to rebuild an engine to be a car person. You can start off by learning just how to take care of a car. Every beginner should understand the basics. First of all, engine oil. Oil protects the engine. Low oil, dirty oil, or old oil can cause serious engine damage. Learn where the dipstick is, learn how to check your level, and learn what clean oil looks like compared to dirty oil. Second is going to be your coolant. Coolant helps control your engine air temperature. If the cooling system fails, the engine can overheat. Overheating can destroy an engine fast. Third is going to be your brake fluid. Brake fluid matters because the brakes are a safety feature. Low brake fluid can mean worn brake pads or a leak and cause issues with your car stopping. Fourth, transmission fluid. That's going to be the dipstick way back there. Transmission fluid helps the transmission survive and shift properly. The correct checking method depends on the vehicle, so always look up the right process for your vehicle. Fifth, tires. Tires are one of the most important parts of the car because they are the only thing touching the road. Learn how to check tire pressure, tire depth, dry cracking, even wear, and tire age. And then sixth, the battery terminals. Loose or corroded battery connections can make a car act like a bad battery, a bad starter, or an electrical problem. Seventh, belts and hoses. Old belts can crack, squeal, or break. Old hoses can get soft, swollen, crack, or leak. Finally, lights. Headlights, brake lights, turn signals, and hazards matter for safety. These are simple things, but they matter. And this is where beginners should start. A person who checks their oil, their coolant, their tires, their brakes, their belts, their hoses, their battery connections is already doing more than a lot of car owners. So now let's talk tools. When you first get into a car, it's easy to think you need a giant toolbox. You don't. Start simple. A beginner tool set should include a socket set, ratchet, wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, an adjustable wrench, of course a flashlight, tire pressure gauges, jack and jack stands, gloves, safety glasses, and a multimeter. Of course, you'll need a funnel, shop towels, and if you're working on older American cars like this Mustang, you may see a lot of SAE. On newer cars, you'll see a lot of metric, and in some cases, you'll see a mixture of both. So eventually, you're going to want both, but do not buy every tool at once. Buy tools based on the job that you're doing. That way, your tool collection just grows naturally. One thing I recommend early is a decent multimeter. Electrical problems scare a lot of beginners, but a multimeter helps you learn voltage, grounds, battery condition, and basic electrical checks. Also, do not cheap out on safety. Good jack stands, safety glasses, gloves, and wheel chocks matter. A car can be fixed. You can't replace your hands, your eyes, or your life. So let's talk about basic safety rules. Before you start working on cars, you need to understand safety. Cars are heavy, engines are hot, fuel burns, batteries can spark, fans and belts can grab loose clothing, brake dust, chemicals, and fluids can be very harmful to you. So here are some beginner safety rules. Never, ever get under a car supported only by a jack. Always use jack stands on a solid surface. Chock the wheels when it's needed. Disconnect the battery when working on electrical systems. Keep your hands, sleeves, and tools away from moving belts and fans. Let the engine cool before opening the radiator or touching any of the hot parts. Keep a fire extinguisher nearby, especially when working around fuel. The garage, I have two, one on that end, one on that end. I can get to either one of them pretty quick. Always wear eye protection. Use gloves when needed. Do not smoke around fuel or batteries. Label wires and hoses before you disconnect them. And take pictures before taking things apart. Your phone, we didn't have that in the past. We had to kind of memorize everything before when we took it apart. But now that you've got a phone, you can click a picture of it and boom, there you go. Most important, do not rush. Most mistakes happen when people are tired, frustrated, or trying to hurry. There's no shame in stopping, looking something up, or asking somebody for help. That's how you learn. So how do we learn without getting overwhelmed? Well, getting into cars can feel a bit overwhelming because there's so much to learn. But you don't have to learn everything at once. Start with one system. Maybe this week you learn fluids. Next week, ignition. Then the cooling system. Then brakes. Then electrical basics. Then the fuel system. Every time you work on something, take pictures, label parts, and keep good notes. Watch videos, read manuals, ask questions, and compare what you learn to the actual car in front of you. The more you look, the more things start to make sense. At first, an engine bay looks like a mess of wires, hoses, and metal. Ugh, can scare you. But after a while, you start seeing the individual systems in there. That's when cars become less intimidating and way more fun. Do not try to become an overnight car person. You become one repair, one lesson, and one mistake at a time. I can tell you that every time I've worked on something, I've had to do it twice. It's a part of the process of learning. And I'm not learning it on other people's cars or learning it on my daily driver or anything of that nature. I'm learning it on whatever I happen to be working on that day. So if you're new with cars, start with the basics. Learn the systems, learn the parts, check your fluids, respect safety, buy tools as you need them, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Every mechanic, every builder, every car guy started at zero. The only way to learn is to start. If this helped you, hit the like button, subscribe to Papa's Custom Cars, and drop a comment below. Are you new to cars? What are you trying to learn first? And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.